Hi everyone, Professor Illuminate, and our next tutorial is organizing your inventory. Let's get to it. So here is my avatar, and in the bottom right hand corner of your screen you have an inventory button, and when you click on it, it's going to bring up something that looks like this. Okay, and this is your inventory, and good rule of thumb is keep your inventory lean and clean. You don't want to bulk it up with too much stuff you don't need. So if there's stuff that you don't need, maybe you've picked up along the way that you're not using, you can just, for example, let me just go into, say, my objects tab. So I've got a bunch of objects in here. Some I may have the same object. So here's two objects that are similar. It says primitive, primitive. I don't want this object. I can just right click on it and I can delete it. Now, if you found that, oh no, you really didn't want to delete that item, there is kind of a helper, and that is you have a little trash can down at the bottom of your screen. If you click on trash can, here's the object here. So if you deleted something, you think maybe you didn't want to do that, there is kind of a fail-safe down here. Now, after a while, again, your trash can is going to build up, and you may want to just clean out your inventory. So I'm just going to right-click on my trash can, and I'm going to empty it. And that's going to be your permanent option. So you want to think twice about when you go to empty that. Again, I think it'll get emptied after a certain amount of time, but you do want to check that from time to time. But you can kind of see there's a whole bunch of different inventory items. One might be clothing. Over time, if your instructor gives you options, you can change clothing. These are like, paper dolls. You've got, you can mix and match, just put clothing on top of it. But so for example, this is an outfit that I got from another virtual world. It's like a college student outfit, and I want to put that in my clothing folder. I can just click on the folder and drag it up and then just drop it into my clothing folder. Okay, and that'll put it in with my other outfits that I've created. So that's just one possibility. But you can also have what are called note cards, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So you can start organizing your note cards. So if you want to start, those are just text items that you can save. You can also, once you start building in your artwork, you could start having objects that, again, you can start organizing. And then below here, there's also a photo album, which will be pictures that you might have taken within the world. And last but not least, there's also textures down here, which are pictures that you may have brought into the world that you'll use for your building and your art projects. So you can start organizing those. And if you want to add a folder, it's just a simple process of clicking on the folder, and you can click create, and there's all these options here, but you're going to click new folder. So you could say, I'm going to put, say, Fredonia pictures here, Fredonia photos, and I'm going to put that in there. Notice it should come under its own folder structure, and then I can drag it and drop it where I want it. So if I want to put it in my folder album, I can put it there. So folders will go there. So I'm going to drop it into a photo album. So now that folder will be underneath there. There it is, Fredonia Photos. So I can click and drag folders to do what we call nest them underneath a different folder. So you can create a folder. You can also create a new note card here. These others are pretty much more options for you at a later time, perhaps. But those should be enough to kind of keep your inventory organized. Again, bottom right-hand corner is your inventory, and keep your inventory lean and clean. And last thing I'll say is there's also a recent items tab. So anything that you've picked up just now, so I'm going to say click this item, I'm going to take it. Okay, and now that's going to show up in my recent items. So things that I've recently gathered are going to show up in the recent items. And then last but not least, the worn items is going to show you the folders that you have that have the different shirt and clothes options that you have. So that's pretty much how you can organize your inventory. There's also, you can choose the type of thing you're searching for if you want to. So say you're looking for a certain object, I'll click that and I just put fireworks. So if I just type in fireworks in my search box and search that fireworks box. So those are some ways to help you find things quickly and easily. So using the search box and also choosing the type of object that you want will actually filter the different options. So there you go, using your inventory.